an experiment. If you would, lift your arms, press down with your thumbs, middle fingers, and pinkies. Again, press down with your thumbs, middle fingers, and pinkies. Now stop. Are you breathing? You can put your arms down. Many of you started holding your breath the minute I asked you to raise your arms. A few more started holding when I asked you to move your fingers. Most people are holding their breath for short intervals each and every day, and many of us are completely unaware of it. What's more, oxygen is not optional. These little holds are causing some major problems. They range from physical and emotional tension, a detachment from physical awareness, and any number of small maladies that don't have a real diagnosis, what I'm calling the general blah. So how did this happen? Well, studies tell us that breathing is divided into two major components, an instinctive breathing and an instructed breathing. Instinctive breathing runs the behind the scenes, making sure our body gets the oxygen it needs to operate. Instructed breathing are the patterns we learn in response to how we use our bodies, our minds, and our emotions. One of the first instructed breathing patterns we learn is the fear response. We get scared, we stop our bodies, hold our breath, and assess the threat. And stop, hold, assess is completely reasonable. It's a response we share with other animals. Think possum. So as kids, we learn the fear response, and that's great. But then we go into these communal settings, preschool and elementary school, and things change a bit. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a singing veterinarian ballerina. Strong emphasis on the ballerina. I danced all the time and everywhere. And I remember being told to be still. But it wasn't until I got to school that that mattered at all. Did you know that you could get a lemon cookie just for sitting on a circle on the floor? Some kind of magic. So I learned to hold my breath the way many of you did. Perhaps for you it was running around the room or screaming at the top of your lungs that was the most fun. But we all had to learn to sit still. So you stop, hold, assess, and it helps you sit still. We learned very quickly that it works, and so we adapt it for more and more uses. We bring it into our adulthood, and we develop a shorthand for it. Stop and hold. You need to maintain quiet, you stop and hold, and it helps you maintain quiet. You need to control your emotions, so you stop and hold, and it helps you control your emotions. People have gotten so good at this particular response that we have learned to derail our body's instinctual breathing. Our instructed breathing is interfering with our instinctive breathing. So I went to college as a voice major. And I was horrified to discover that I was not, in fact, a natural singer. But I was a stop and hold ninja. Any way you could imagine to manufacture, manipulate, or torture a breath, I was completely on it. And so I had to decide to either give up my career as a singer or to persevere. At the same time, I decided in order to deal with the frustration, I was going to return to dance. And it was in that combination of continuing to sing and relearning how to move my body that I found the solution and my voice. Stop and hold has a natural enemy. Move and breathe. I'm now a professional singer and a teacher of voice and acting. And in my teaching practice, I encounter problems that can be resolved through move and breathe because they are rooted in stop and hold. Poor posture, move and breathe. Jaw tension, move and breathe. Complete lack of awareness of the body, move and breathe. Too much or too little functioning of the musculature, move and breathe. But not everybody is taking voice lessons. One of my students' parents, a lawyer, recently told me that she goes to a well-known spa once a year in order to take breathing classes. Very expensive breathing classes. So now there's an entire industry that is trying to retrain our breathing response. We are literally paying for air. But you don't have to. I have a solution for you. Sing more. And I know some of you are already getting that rumble. You can't sing, etc. I'm going to tell you that you as a human being are wired to sing. You can't help it. You are singing in your car, and you're singing in the shower. You're doing karaoke and singing along with your streaming media of choice. And some of you are singing along in public with strangers. I was in Starbucks a few months ago, and Peggy Lee's Fever came on over, the speaker, and I was really enjoying the song. And so was the guy behind me, because he was singing it. And then the woman in front of me started humming it. And soon I was involved in this whole song contagion that was not started by the professional singer in line. You are wired to sing, and now you're going to. Everybody stand up. Oh, I'm so not kidding. All right. If you have a lower voice, you know who you are. It's probably most of the guys, lower voices. I'm going to sing a pitch. You're going to sing it back to me. Ah, ah, awesome. If you have a medium voice, not too high, not too low, you're going to go, ah, ah. Excellent. If you have a higher voice, you're going to sing, ah, ah. Okay, lower voices, ah. Middle voices, ah. Higher voices, ah. Now we get really risky. Lower voices, come in and stay in. Ah. Middle voices, come in, ah. Higher voices, come in, ah. That was amazing. You can sit down. So now you have just sung in 3-part harmony with 1,200 of your new best friends. So now that you know you can sing, and I know you can sing, what I really would love for you to do is get out there and sing more. Go into your communities and start singing. And I totally get that most of you are so not going to do that. So what you can do for me is just move and breathe. Go run, swim, dance, sing. Do whatever it is that moves you, but do move and breathe.